Hello there and welcome to this week's Friday Night Live with me, Dean Ferguson. Later on I'll be talking to Diane Forafella. Monday sees the launch of the Tom Hanks Collection, a series of videos featuring the Oscar winner's classic films. The first one is Big, where Hanks plays the part of a 12-year-old boy fed up of being small and with a yearning to be big. Now for those of you who have been skiing before, you'll be able to appreciate what I mean. For those of you that haven't been, but have thought about trying it, but are a bit wary of becoming one of those stories of someone who wipes out an entire ski school or breaks 1, 2 or even 5 limbs in legendary fashion, let me reassure you that these sorts of accidents aren't that commonplace. Yes, Julie, right. I'm here at the annual pilgrimage of Time Lord fans everywhere. It's the Doctor Who annual conference. Now, every year addicts of the Doctor congregate at Earl's Court to worship their hero. And this year there's more of a buzz around the place. It's made extra special by the recent announcement that Steven Spielberg plans to make a feature film of the Doctor's escapades. You went to Gloucester recently, I understand, Dr. Foster.
I did, yes.
Yeah? What was that? A good trip?
It was It was an interesting trip. I mean, the weather did cause some problems. It was pretty good at first, but then, of course, the heavens opened.
It was raining.
It certainly was.
It a torrential downpour, just a shower?
Oh no! I mean, it was so heavy and really
puddles everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And in fact, it made it very difficult to travel, and we had to do quite a lot of detouring. Oh. And at one point, I did actually fall into a puddle.
Yeah.
Right up to my middle. Right up to my middle.
This is how my week went, and by the way, those are not 5-year-old kids somersaulting and pirouetting behind me. There's some stunt midgets that were flown in especially for the filming. All right. So there you are, Julia. This is Dean Ferguson at the Doctor Who annual conference at Earl's Court. Back to you in the studio.
I read that, you know, there were men were 12 to 1 in Iceland.
So that's good odds, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I figured that if there are too many over there and too little over here, I'd bring them over.
And that was when Customs and Excise caught you with that
lorry
load,
wasn't so much
it?
that. Well, no, it was. I was accused of sort of my interview techniques and my approaches to these men were sort of misunderstood, and I was accused of, you know, I wasn't.
Over-interviewing?
No, it was just...
Right, that's about it for this week. Next Friday, Master Magician David Copperfield will be flying into the studio, probably literally, with news of his sellout dates at Earl's Court. And also, ex-Buckingham Palace bodyguard Simon James is here along with his new book, In Self-Defence. Until next week, good night. Thank you, everybody.